Hi there YouTube, Extreme Trains here. So, you can see in front of me something which I said I wasn't going to buy, and it happened to be that in the closing down of Toys R Us Australia, sad reacts only, they were selling their Thomas stock. First it was at 20%, then it was at 30%, then it was at 40%, and then finally just the other day, in the very last days of the sale, they've gone to 50% off Thomas and Friends items, and there were so many of these racing figure 8 sets and also the lift and load cargo set that I couldn't say no. So at half price I have purchased this set, and we're going to take a look and see what it's worth, what it's like, and then do a comparison to see, well, let's be very clear, a lot of places are not selling it for full, have sold it for full price, and a lot of people will probably end up buying for full price, and that's when we're going to be asking the tough questions about what this set's worth and what we should get inside. Now, a couple of you have been asking, what's the figure system like? Thankfully, we're going to get Bertie the Bus, who was the character I was really keen to get my hands on, and we can see, because it seems to me that they're not making other things in this line available in Australia. For example, the track pack, like the switch pack, the curves and straights pack, and also things like Annie and Clarabelle are just not available here, which is super weird. So, until that happens, I have not been able to get them, and that's why this is the first time I'm going to be taking a look at the figure going in the engine. So, what the heck are we waiting for? Let's do it. Thomas Wood box before, but I think actually this one, I really quite like it. I think it's quite fun, it's exciting. This one is done quite well, and I really enjoy this. Now, obviously, this stuff about the compatible with other track systems, I got really angry about, and I think rightfully so. Really not a big fan of that. I really like this packaging here is really fun. The fact you can see the engines that are packaged in there is something that I'm really a big fan of. Again, you turn it around, you get a picture of the set on the side. We come to the back, we get the picture of the kid playing, which is classic. Here's the little bio thing. You can stop and read that. I actually think this one's okay. I think it would have been nicer to have a bit of a history about why that's the case, but I understand that's fine, and yeah, I think that's okay. And then if we come around to the side, you can see, again, we've got the features here, the 17 play pieces, but 2 of them are just these, so what, no, anyway, okay, so that makes me angry. That's enough of the box, let's open it up. Alright, so they're the bits of the set we get. Let's have a quick look at the instructions. Yeah, okay, we just get this, blah, blah, blah. Yep, we get a little picture of the track, okay. We get a little bit on how to use the play features, but they're pretty intuitive, so I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on that. Alright, so quickly on the individual pieces. Firstly, we obviously get a wooden Thomas. Now, this one is the same as just the standard Thomas. So if you want to see more about him, check out my review of just the standard Thomas Wood. And also, I talked about him in the Animal Park Fun starter set that I reviewed. It does look like his eyes are a little bit different, looking a bit different, but that's probably just a factory thing. Another thing that's a specialized piece is you get a little map of Thomas's branch line, which is weird because like it's obviously meant to be a figure 8 and there's a road, but his branch line doesn't look like that. It's nice this one's printed on the other side, and we get a clock. So, again, it's the same piece, I think. They've just reused the printing, which seems fine. Now we get Bertie the Bus, who is the interesting one. I think he has a decent face, and again, they've done a decent job with the printing they have done on here. He's got a magnet on the back, good. No printing on the back though. But it's just so weird. His bottom is all plastic, and as you can see, he's obviously missing his center part. So that's very weird to me. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Interesting. And then lastly, we have the little mare figure, who looks reminiscent of the cargo person. Again, similar design. Yeah, I mean, accurate to the show with the beard and the skin color, but not that exciting. Again, he can do the sit. So, just quickly to show you the feature, is that he can actually ride in Bertie. Now, he doesn't ride standing up, which I guess is good. He rides sitting down, and then his arms kind of like slot into there. So, he doesn't click in or anything, but he does kind of sit there. So, he will wobble around if you're a bit rough, which I think is a bit stupid, to be honest. If you're going to make a system where you can ride the figures, at least make them like stay in there. Because it just means if you do this, he's going to fall out quite quickly, I think. So maybe that's fun. Maybe it's fun, maybe it's not. Let me know your thoughts on that. Alright, in terms of other things we get this thing, which is all big plastic piece with that, you know, spotty plastic they use. It's got the little opening closing gates. We get the little station, which has no real printing on it except this. Interesting station choice. Why wouldn't they pick Farquhar? Don't know. You get this feature. You know, green and stop. That's kind of cool. There's a seat there. You get the track, just a curved track. You get the adapters, we're not looking at those. And you get this little drawbridge. And this wooden piece is fused, like it's screwed in there, so there's no getting that apart. That is going to stay just the way it is. Yeah, which is more or less fun depending on how you talk about it. Alright, let's put the track together. Alright, and here's the set. Yeah, look, it's not the most impressive thing to put together. And as you can see, the track still is quite loose, despite that new clicking mechanism. And the way it works is pretty easy. Thomas comes along here, you open the bridge, Thomas goes through, he goes around, come through here. You can either bash these open if you want, I suppose, but I guess they're supposed to, you know, whoops, I bashed off Thomas now. Open like this, Thomas comes around, goes along here, comes back here, close the drawbridge, he goes over the top, gets stuck on the joints, classic. Comes around here to the station, oh no, he has to stop, and then we can take this up and back around he goes. Past the sign. Birdie can also go on the tracks, although not very well. He's a bit awkward, just because he's got very bumpy wheels, and I think his wheels don't quite fit on the tracks very well, so that's a bit of a fail. He doesn't really like doing that. And then if we open up this, obviously he's designed to kind of go in there, so he goes over the level crossing. Again, he can do that, but he has nowhere to go. So yeah, that's kind of it for what the playing of this set looks like. There's not really that much more you do with it. So I guess it's time to talk about the price and stuff. So this set costs 90 Australian dollars at full price. 100 at some places. Which is horrifying, because you really just don't get that much stuff. And a lot of it is plastic. So to me, this is not worth the $90 or $100 asking price at all. I paid $45 for it, because I got half price. And I think it's okay for $45. I think that's probably enough value compared to what you'd get if you spent $45 on a Trackmaster set. It's probably about the same amount of stuff, even if obviously the Trackmaster is a battery-powered engine, so it's going to like do more by itself. But I just can't get over how ungood this track feels. Like, really, when you're going around, the engines, they don't feel smooth when they go along it. They kind of have this tendency to want to, particularly around these, you know, very tight corners, they want to kind of jump off, you know? They kind of want to go, they feel like they want to go through these little gaps here. You know, when I push Thomas over here, it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't feel quite alive. I think that's the big problem with this set, is it just doesn't, even though it's meant to be a racing set, Thomas doesn't really go anywhere. Figure eights are a classic feature in Thomas Wooden Railway history, and this set just really doesn't seem to do it for me. Yeah, so I just think they're a good idea, but just not executed particularly well. Not that exciting destinations, like they're very bland, there's not much colour on them, and I think, you know, they could have just included more stuff. It also, I don't understand why the mayor's in there, like, surely it should be the Fat Controller. Don't know. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on this set. Let me know what you think about this one. I'm glad I've been able to get a review. A couple people have been asking for it. I think the figure system is, again, I said it's a bit weird. I remain to be seen. I need to get some more examples of it to see what it's like, but I do think it's a bit weird they can carry people in them. Because just thing is, like, you can only put one person, but it's a whole bus. Birdie will obviously carry more than just one passenger. So I do think it's a bit weird. I'm not a big fan. But, you know, such is life. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this set. I'm keen to hear them. Alright, as always, thanks for watching. That's a good time for This is Extreme Train.